Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the Happy Blueberry. I think they turned out super adorable. They're all tiny, and I kind of exaggerated the little tops on them for the little bump on the bottom of the blueberry, because otherwise it'd just be a round ball pretty much. So kind of gave them a little bit of extra flair to make them even cuter. So they're not too complicated to make. They are, of course, if you look at it, this is the, when we do the growing up design, this would be the inside. So these are not hard to turn inside out, so that's a good thing. I'd have to admit that if I want something to be super round, it does need to be this side of the loom bands, I guess, when we're looming. So you kind of see these are the exact same pattern, but they are different, a little bit different shape. These are a Rainbow Loom opaque band, and they are it's kind of a little bit longer. This is it's also Rainbow Loom, but it's the neon ones, neon blue, that were sold at Michael's not too long ago. So it makes a little bit different shape, but I think that they're both still super cute, and I hope you do too. But we'll get started. Put these over here. So we'll start with the band count. It's 132 blue, or whatever color you want to make your blueberry, but blue would be what I'm going to call it. And then it'd be 1 to 3 black bands, depending on what you do for the eyes, and then 2 cheek bands. So it's even less bands than my marshmallow. But we'll start with making the eyes. If you're going to use beads, you want to use, I use 7mm pony beads, which you can use whatever size you're comfortable with. You're going to want to find a piece of wire, string, floss, thread, anything you can get into a V shape. Put 2 bands through it, the color of your blueberry. Close it up, and then thread it through your bead, like so. And then pull out your little tool. And you'll want 2 of those if you're going to use the beaded eye bands. Then, of course, if you don't have any beads or don't want to use beads, you can use a wrapped band. So 1 band, the color of your eye, on your hook. Wrap it around once into a figure 8, grab both bands, wrap it around again, and then take 2 bands, the color of your blueberry, and pull them through. And then you'll want to make 2 of those as well for the eyes. Cheeks are made the same way as the eyes, so it's whatever color you want your cheek to be. Put it on the hook, wrap it around once into that figure 8, grab both bands, wrap them around again, and then 2 bands through the color of your blueberry, like so. So you need 2 of those as well. Now we're working on the wrong end of the loom, and the part we make first is the little, I guess, little crown of the blueberry is what I call it, and we make that on our hook. If you have a latch hook, it would be easier to make it on that. I'll make a couple. We only have to make 4 of them, and I'm going to make them all in front of you, so we're not actually going to make them ahead of time or anything like that, but if you have the latch hook, it'd be easier to use that. I'm going to make a couple on the Rainbow Loom hook, and then I'll probably switch over to the latch hook just because it is easier on there. So we're going to start by take 1 band, put it on your hook, wrap it around once in the figure 8, grab both bands, wrap it around again, and just kind of push that down to the side. Take another band, do the exact same thing. So wrap it around once, grab both, wrap them around again, and then take another band, double it on the end of your hook. Then you're going to pull it through this first band, and then put this other end back on the hook. Kind of center it, and pull that down. Take another band on your hook, wrap it around once, grab both bands, wrap it around again. Another band on your hook, double it, and then you're going to want to pull everything on your hook onto the band on the end. So pull that on, pull this on, and this. So we have all this, and I still have my finger in one end and then on the other end on the hook. What you're going to do is come over to your loom and take this first one, and I'm going to take the part on my fingers and put that on a pin, take the other end that's on my hook, bring it around a pin, and then bring it down so it's like this, with the little bumps on the inside, like that. And that's a pretty good spot for it. We won't be going too much bigger than this, so like that. And now we have to make 3 more of those and put them on the loom in the right spots. So with the same process, I'm going to switch to the latch hook because it's a little easier. Put 1 band, wrap it around, grab both, wrap it around again, push that kind of down out of the way. Another band, around, both around, and 1 more. Double it, pull this first band through, get it back on the hook, and we're going to do another double band. So we have all of that on our hook. And then 1 more band, double it, pull it through everything. And now before I take this off or do anything with it, I'm just going to bring it over to my loom. This one is going to come across right here. So we finished the one right here, this one will come over here. So here, I'll start here, and then just take my hook and pull it over. Basically what we're going to end up doing is making a square right here with the little crown part on the inside of the square. So I'll make another one, double a band, double another one. Sorry about the fuzzy noise that'll come in every once in a while. It is actually cold now, so the heater is kicking in. And unfortunately the furnace is on the other side of my craft room, so it doesn't really work very well. And trying to take it out in editing, although I have a decent computer that works well for me, it just puts too much stress on it to do it without distorting the video when I render it, so just kind of have to deal with it. Like I said, this one we're going in the square, so we skipped one, we'll come around, and the little bumps will go on the inside of the pin. Like so. And then 1 more to go. Bands are wrapped. Another one the same way. Double band on the hook. Pull the first band through. Another one. Of course, it's not the first time there's been weird stuff in the background, like my son's music player plays in the background a lot of times. Another band doubled. Pull it through everything. And this one will go right across here. So one end and the other end. Like so. So once we have that, we're going to kind of make a little starburst center right over the top of it. So here's our kind of our 2 pins we'll be working off. So from this pin up here, that's right below where we want to cross the band, we're going to come back, put 2 bands right there. Then our next band that'll go here to the corner where these meet for the crown part, it's going to be 1 band and it's going to be doubled. Like that. Next one around is 2 bands straight up. This one right here, again to the corner where they meet, it's going to be 1 band doubled. Then from this pin down here, we'll go up this way first, and it's just going to be 2 bands. Now down to the corner, it's going to be one band doubled. And down this way with two bands. And then this way to the last one, the one band doubled. Like that. Then we need a cat band. So we're going to do two bands, and I'm going to wrap it around this pin right here pretty tight. So 3-4 times around. That's kind of the top. Your blueberry will have a little bit of hole in it. That's kind of the wrap band around. There's a whole lot to do to get that to not happen, but I think it still looks great. So once you have that, you're going to go in through your cap band, and I might have made mine just a little too tight, and pull up the first two bands back towards themselves. And do that all the way around. So first I pulled up a double band, and then this one would be two regular bands. Then we have a doubled band. And then two normal bands. Like that. So what we want to do is move our cap band down to here. So it's going to be a little bit of a stretch. Just pull it off that pin. And you're going to want to pull it down. And once you get it down there, you can kind of pull these bands around the pin. Helps kind of hold it in place. If it's too tight, then redo this and make it not looped as tightly. That's the best I can tell you to do there. So then go ahead and loom out the other side. It'd be helpful if I grab all the bands. Sorry, I'm in your way here. So once you get everything loomed out, you can release this back into the center so it's not quite so tight around, like that. So now what you want to do is take those bands that we put on first, the doubled band, so it's the bottom four on the corner pins, we want to flip those over. So I'm just going to go, and I'll probably just start with doing the top one first. So let's get this one over, and then get the other one over. And do that all the way around on the four corner pins. Like so. So just kind of squish those towards the center. That. Now we're going to do a row around. So two bands. We're going to start down here and go all the way around. Yikes. Like that. So then now you'll go and you'll flip over the bottom four bands all the way around. The corners will be tight because that'll be the doubled bands that we had. So just take your time, or start with maybe the just the doubled bands. Put those over first, just so it kind of holds the bands down. Otherwise, you really want to be careful that when you flip these over, because they are tight, that you don't knock off the bands that you have on top here. And I have to say I'm not a huge fan of blueberries. I think it stems from when my aunt came to visit when I was younger, and she brought over these big delicious looking muffins, and I so thought that they were chocolate chip muffins, and I was all excited about eating them and couldn't wait to have one, and then finally ate one and I was like, this is not chocolate chips. This is weird and not a dessert and makes me sad, and that was my young child mind at the time, so I always think of that when I think of blueberries. So although we have them in the house all the time because everybody else likes them, but just not me. Not very often, anyways. So we go all the way around. Now we're going to do that again one more time. So 2 bands all the way around. It's kind of like when you expect to have like a chocolate chip cookie and you find out that it's a raisin cookie. Just kind of, you expect one thing and it's not what you're thinking, so that's just what they remind me of. So all the way around, and then again we're going to flip over the bottom 4. So you have 4 bands left all the way around. Now is going to be our eye row. So I want your eyes. Start with 2 bands right here, and then our eyes will go right here. Like so. And then all the way around the rest is going to be 2 bands. Like so. And flip over the bottom 4. Like that. Push those down. We'll do our cheek row, so 2 bands. Start with those right here, and grab your cheeks, they'll go right above the eyes. And then 2 bands all the way around the rest. Like that. And flip over the bottom 4. And push those down. I'm actually going to loosen this up a little bit in the middle, not a whole lot, just kind of bring it up over the pin a bit, because remember the way this is on the outside, we are flipping this, or it's going to be on the flipped inside out, or however you want to look at that there. So next we need the mouth, so 1 band, whatever color you want your mouth to be, put it on your hook, wrap it around into a figure 8, and then right between the cheeks here, you have these 4 bands on the pin, or in my case I have 5 because I missed flipping one. Good save. So get those 4 bands, lift them up off the pin, slide your mouth band down over them, and then put them back onto the pin. Like that. So we go 2 bands all the way around again. Like that. Flip over the bottom 4. Push your bands down. And we'll do one more row around. 2 bands still. Like so. We'll flip over the bottom 4 again. Alright, so now we are ready to close. And if you can do it while you're taking it off the loom, this, like I said, we do turn it inside out. It is a large opening, so once you get it on your hook or on a long threading band or something, it's pretty easy to flip inside out because it has a large center, unlike, like I've said before, the watermelon, it does not. So I'm actually just going to use my rainbow loom hook. I'm going to kind of start in the back here, away from the face. If I hold this down as I go around, the crown is kind of stuck in between the pins, so it should come up inside out anyways. I'm just going to go around and stick my hook in through every set. And it gets a lot of bands on my hook. So if you have something bigger like the latch hook or a crochet hook, or just you want to use the threading band, that works as well, if not better. So I have them all on here. Came out the right way. So 2 bands is what I'm going to pull through to secure it. Just going to take my time and go around, trying to snag every band in the process. And once I get it through, both ends on the hook, and then pull it through. And I'm going to kind of spread these around a little bit before I close it super tight. And once I get it kind of moved, then I'll pull tight. And we'll hide our center, or hide our tail. I'm going through the center at the top. I'll just grab the band and pull it down. And for this one, if you just give it some good squishes, kind of the top way, it will come to a nice shape, like that. I think it's adorable. Kind of a exaggerated blueberry, but I think it turned out well. Pop my cheek out a little bit better. There. Super cute. So I hope you enjoyed making this little guy. So like I said like 20 times, it's super cute and adorable. So I think it's just because they're smaller, kind of, and they're squishy. You just want to play with them, and I don't know. It's just a girl thing, maybe. I don't know, maybe a guy can explain it too. But I want to thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate it. I'm still working on all of the requests that you guys are giving me for the happy foods, and I'm starting the list for like happy animals now too, because everybody's starting to kind of venture off over that way, and we'll see what we can do with those. I'm kind of excited about that. I have a couple projects I'm working on, so hopefully I'll be able to share those with you soon too. And speaking of sharing, if you'd like to share your happy food creations with me, you can share them with me on my Instagram page, which is at Crafting Fantastic, or on my Facebook page, which is at Crafting Fantastic or feelinspiffy. Both will find me, or the links for those are underneath the video in the description. And then also, of course, if you want to know when I have more happy foods coming out, you can subscribe to my channel, Feelinspiffy, so that you are aware and are one of the first to know when they pop out. And I know things are getting busier, so you kind of have to keep that in mind. You gotta fit them in while you can. So don't stop looming. It's an enjoyable activity. I'm really enjoying it, and it's kind of one of those ones that I think will stay for a while, as long as I can keep finding rubber bands. That's what I always worry about, that they're going away. But alright, anyways, thank you very much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. I will have more tutorials for you soon on more things, and hopefully you will enjoy those just as well as everything else. So thanks again. Happy looming.